Welcome to the Four Corners series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 11th of November 1918. This is a very significant date because at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, the Germany formally surrenders to the Allies and the guns fall silent on the Western Front. I'm emphasising the fact that the guns fall silent on the Western Front because the war continues in the East with all the consequences. In fact, with respect to the Russian Civil War, the war actually starts to intensify. Now, before we get into the effect in Russia, I just want to mention the fact that if any of you read histories of the First World War, you'll find that the dates for the final end is actually 1919. And the reason for that is it took months to negotiate the peace treaty. And I think the Allies finally signed the peace treaty with Germany on the 28th of June 1919. But if I remember correctly, it wasn't until 1921 when the Congress in America certified a peace treaty, and the war officially ends in America. And I think the last treaty to be signed is actually on the 24th of July 1923 with Turkey, when there is an agreement of the boundaries which effectively defines the modern state of Turkey today. So that shows the long process that followed after this, effectively the succession of actual combat on the Western Front. Unfortunately for the East, the Germany surrendering increases the conflict in Russia. The reason for that is that you've got various nationalities who decide to fight for their independence because they want to ensure that when the peace treaties are signed, that their borders are defined and protected under the peace treaty. So that means that the Red Army ends up having to fight various countries who are seeking their independence. At the same time, the White forces are getting some support from the Allies. In fact, you've even got Allied troops now fighting in Russia supporting the White forces. I think you've got the British up in the north. Down in the south around the Black Sea, you've got I think it's the French. And then right over in the east, you've got America and Japan. Now, it's important to recognise that the Allies aren't joining in with the White forces, but what's actually happening is that a lot of the munitions, you've got to remember, at the end of the war, there's tons and tons of munitions. A lot of those munitions are now being sent to support the White forces, who are desperately short of, you could say, military hardware. The reason for that is that the Red Army occupies the industrial heartland of Russia, but the White forces often occupy the more rural areas. So this is the beginning of what you could call the real conflict in the Russian Civil War. And what starts to happen now is that you get formal battle lines, although the battles are still very much along the railways because of the sheer size of Russia. And I think this is where I'm going to stop talking about that, and we're just going to start the game rolling forward again. I'm just going to talk about the consequences on our little community here. Now, I'm not sure what side our community's on, whether they're supporting the Reds or the Whites, although, to be honest, from the point of view of rural communities at this time, it didn't really make a lot of difference because as the armies came through, they stole food or requisitioned food and other resources and often left the populations with very little left to eat. And to represent that, what I've decided to do is carry on exporting food all the time to represent that constant demand for food and resources from the various armies that sweep past. That means we're going to have to keep a pretty tight eye on our crops, because what's going to happen is as things go forward, we may get food shortages. And for that reason, what I'd like to do is start thinking about possibly another farm down here, because we do need to keep our crops up. And I think what else we're going to do is just have a little bit of an update of where we are. I think generally in New Hope things are going pretty good. I think almost the crops have been collected here. Have a quick look. Yeah, we've got most of the crops in here, but we still got the problem up here of we've still got some. Well, actually, we're not doing too bad actually. We've got these two fields still being harvested. These are empty now, which means that our silos are filling up pretty well actually. So we're running a fairly successful farming community here as well actually. Now down here we've actually completed the rock crusher. The problem I've got at the moment is that we've got to use a passenger wagon to get people down to here. And what I've done is I've set this footpath up here. We're going to try and build this apartment block, and then when this road finishes, which is nearly finished, I'm going to try and get a footpath through up to here, because I'm kind of gambling. If I show you this one here, oh, he's actually in range with the road and the footpath now. Oh, that's good. So that means what we should be able to do is get more and more workers down here, reducing the gravel. But one problem I've got here is the excavator, as you can see here, has to keep wandering all the way up to here to get fuel or crops. So what I'm thinking, I can't remember if I actually, yeah, I started putting a feeding station in here, but I'm not sure. It's a bit difficult sometimes to work out whether this is actually finished. What we're going to do is put a feeding station in there. Up here, the university's going okay. This area's coming together quite nicely. We're still working on our charcoal kilns for coal, because of course one thing we do need to get going is to become self-sufficient, and the target I'm looking for is by the end of 1919 the calcium furnace is going, and what we've also got here is our small concrete mixer plant as well. So from that point of view, we're doing pretty good, but it means we just got to let things try and roll forward a little bit and get things going. Up here, I think the missing resources are steel and mechanical components, but I don't think it's actually a shortage of mechanical components. It's more shortage of the delivery process at the moment. We got our little bus dropping off people here, but I don't think he's actually delivering stuff. I mean, we got the bricks going here, which is okay. And of course, we still need to finish this wind turbine. So let me just come back over here and check. I think I wonder if I could get another farm up and running for next year. But I'm kind of thinking. Actually, let me just put in let's stick with medium fields. We're not going to use the large fields until we start to get collectivization, which would be in the 1920s. Oh, look at that. That fits. We come out slightly there. Come through there. And I think if I can get a... I don't want a small field, I want a medium field here. Of course, what we're going to need to do is put all the same as what we got up here. We're going to need a farm and a power station. Not a power station, a wind turbine, sorry. So, just going to put a small farm. Put a small farm in here. Can't build, need to flatten terrain. Get this built. And we're mud road connection. Steep. Yeah, we've got a bit of a dip here, so we can't build here. But just knock that down. Can we put a field in here? Okay, so we'll just move the farm over another notch. We'll just slip the farm in here. Get you in close like that. It'd be nice if I could get another medium field on this kind of back corner here. It needs flat terrain. But it went green there. So we can get a field that actually goes out over the water. Interesting. I think we'll put a field there. Thank you, game. And I'll just hook you into there. run a... Actually, I think what I will do... we'll stick with mud roads here. And you finished? Yes, you have. Got that there. The thing I want to do was, while I'm thinking about it, is I want to run you up to there like that. And we'll just make sure this guy's gets this. I mean, I'm kind of overloading as usual, but that's the nature of what it is. We got the farm here. Could I get a road out, say, behind like this? Yes, I can. And what we'll do is we'll put the small wind turbine to get you just behind like this, like that. What we got here, we got what? Yeah, once if I could get a couple of fields on the other side here as well, but we're planning the kind of thinking that what I could do is put the silos here rather than here, so that will reduce the distance. And yeah, I think we'll put storage. Actually, we just like this to be road crew, steel workers, bulk supply. Actually, put everybody on it for the moment. Do I need concrete for the farm stuff? No. Just get everybody there. It'd be nice to get this farm built. And of course, what that means is what we're going to need over here. So this finished vehicle maximum hours. Right, let me just add this up here. We're gonna make 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Got some excavators here. I don't think this construction office that we were working on up here is finished. You've got one more space for a dumper. I think this is a dumper, yep. But get you up here. It says the workplace is full. Okay. Must have been one still travelling in that direction. I think we got a little bit of space here. What is that in there? That's a combine. I'm kind of running out of space here with respect to the vehicles. Are you there? And we're just get the stores on here. Storage. Come in here. And again, I'm just gonna drop in. Just put 2 in like that. Don't need that connection. I'll just remove you. Because we'll treat them as independents. Of course, I've just stick those roads out. Got to go straight for the mud roads. We got that built there. I think I will. So we got the farm here. We need the wind turbine, and just suddenly occurred to me that just check. Just suddenly occurred to me that yeah, these are in range of the power from there. So we. I think I'd rather have the farm here. Actually, it could be a bit unfortunate, but I'm just wondering if it might be easier just to put the farm up here. Let's put a second farm in and see. Yeah, I think we're just going to move things a little bit. We're actually going to have the farm there. Means I don't have to build this. And sorry guys. Yeah, we can take that out. That's out. And that out. I know it's a little bit distant down here. I think that might be a little bit more efficient. And of course we're going to have to reassign everything here. Don't need... I think we'll put that on road crew, bulk supply, this road crew. Gonna need workers. And actually we'll just put everybody on it as usual. We'll demolish that field and just cancel the road back. I think we're just going to leave the rest of the field layout. Actually, I can put one more in. If I could, it'd be nice if I could do it. Yeah, look at that. So we'll just have a little bit of a farming complex here. And then once the winter goes, we can add the fields on down here. We can get this built though, that'd be really good. And of course, we got that there. I've kind of allocated these as well, but these are slightly more... I think we'll put Titus groundworks, and of course we're going to put workers on there as well. And we'll do the same over here. Titus groundworks and workers. This is going to be very much a kind of nice to have type situation. Well, we've got loads and loads of trees being cut down, just got nothing to do anything. Right, we've now got a construction office here. And what we're going to do is, oops. Say, oops, don't want it in there, I want it in there. And I'm not going to assign these guys to anything. We don't want you working. Actually, I think I'm just going to let these guys do whatever they want. No. No, we're not. Just reduce you to roads and footpaths on auto detect. Take the windmill off medium voltage wires. Steel windmill. We'll leave the tiny farmstead on there. 5-story building, take that off. We'll take that off. And what I'd like to do is you guys can stay on auto detect. You can go on to that, because what we're going to do is pump in this road crew here. It's just going to be, well, it's not really a road crew. It's what we're going to do is just put loads of excavators in there. Just let the game run now. And I think, because ideally what I'd like to do is just get things being built and put together. We get any more excavators out here? Okay, someone's stealing all the steel because we sold all the electronics. We just have to dump all the electronics because we're not making the steel. We can sell the plastics as well, like that. Right, we got our first tractor. And hopefully we'll get this built. Have a look round and see how things are going. Got crops in there, we've got crops in there. And we are getting through the crops a lot faster because we are exporting the food. And this means that we will have a risk of starvation. Bulk supply, what are you working on? I don't think you're working that much on... Let's drop you onto that. You can give an assist on that and that. At Titusville up here. I think what we're trying to do now is literally catch up with respect to the thing. In fact, I'm tempted. How many workers do we have in here? Nobody. One. Right, let me just... Yeah, I think in this part we're just going to have to let things catch up while we go through the winter. I mean, we are putting together the footpaths. Anything else? What I can do is we've got this guy. He needs to go. We can't send him to the farm yet, can we? It says horse-drawn dumper. I'm sure it flashed green up here. Where are you? You can get another dumper in there. I think these guys are picking up from Titusville here, but of course we don't really have the... You can see we've got the workers coming down here, but looks like probably the excavators wandered off again. No. I'm kind of wondering whether I need another dumper on here, but because we have got spare dumpers, so I'm sure we have. Yeah. Right, you're gonna have to come down to here. Oh, we've got some more excavators here. What we're going to do is send these up to over here and drop you into there. We've got quite a big project going out this way. In fact, I wouldn't mind getting this underway. If we got the bulk supply guys doing nothing, I would like to get that road built. And what we'll do is we'll use the New Hope road crew, New Hope bulk supply there. If we can get the road out to here, it means I can start planning our new village out here, because we do really need to start thinking about getting our coal and iron on. Of course, we've got the oil industry down here that needs to be put together. This guy, we'll put bulk supply on there as well. We'll put Titus Groundworks and New Hope workers on there as well, because I think getting this built is going to be fairly important. We're doing, what's the population like? 22 over 21s now, but we don't have any accommodation. We are building this. I think what we're going to do going forward now is I'm just going to build the houses I need, and then the escapees, which we will get eventually, will be put down to our over 21s being recruited into the army. How are we doing up here? We've only got this finished. I think this would be quite a big step forward. Still need the power supply, but it looks like we're pretty close here. We need a mechanism. Actually, to do this we'd need a crane, wouldn't we? But we are getting there slowly. Oh, the other thing I did is I started doing this up here, because I think it's going to be quite important to get this gravelled as well. A little bit of a convention going on here. Actually, where is... I think what we will do is... Oh, you're on it anyway. There goes our little quarry guy again, going all the way up to here. Get fuel. It's pretty inefficient, but there's not much I can do about it at the moment. This guy is building this road, and of course this is important because that's actually going to get our oil production going down here. I don't know, so they're not actually picking any gravel up because there's no one to load them. They're just wandering backwards and forwards. Trouble is I can't set this to pick up because if I can't set this to wait until unloaded, because otherwise what will happen is it will just block. I don't want you there. What are you not walking down to here for? I'm sure these residents are walking a lot further than they normally do. Because if I show you the connection here, see, oh, they can walk down to here. It's probably because I built the footpath here. Yeah, building here. So you need 27 tons of bricks. That's okay. I think our little brick factory is doing okay. We've still got bricks down here. As somebody suggested, when we got these quiet periods, we might as well just have a look round and see what's actually going on. The detail on these constructions now is a lot better than it was. Let's see. Of course, we can get in right down. Actually, how is our population dressed? I suppose they looks like some of them walking around with briefcases. That's quite difficult to see. In fact, let's just slow it up a bit. They look fairly modern dressed, but that's the nature of the game. Yeah, there's a guy there with a briefcase. Corporate executive in the middle of rural Russia. But I must admit, whoops, get out the trees. I must admit, the detail on these buildings is absolutely phenomenal. I really take my hat off to the modders who create these buildings and the vehicles as well, because I'll be honest, I've had a go at doing it, and well, probably the polite way of saying it is I'm rubbish. It's one area I've just never been able to crack. Couldn't really do it in City Skylines. I had another go very briefly in Workers and Resources, and I just don't have that ability to produce the type of detail that you can get with these vehicles. Why are you parked there? Probably because you're waiting for some gravel to be delivered here. I think what we'll do is we'll put New Hope bulk supply on that. I don't want you just sat there doing nothing. Of course, we've got all these big projects out here. Oops, thank you, game. We've nearly got to the calcium furnace, but of course, there's not much we can do because what we're going to need is it's wood and gravel, isn't it? That's the reason for this distribution office here. Let me just see. You've got anything over here? I think we've exhausted. Oh no, we've got a dumper here. So what we'll do is we'll just bring you over. We put you into there. That means what I can do at the very least is set up the gravel delivery to over here. And what we probably will need out here also is another distribution office. I don't think you've got any space of your open holes. What are we doing here? Needs mechanisms. So there's a possibility that we won't get this farm up and running by March, because we're on the 27th of January now. How's the food supplies here? Still got 21 tons. Good. Anyone complaining here? No. We got 50 over 21s now, but we got nowhere to accommodate them. I think we probably, if we take a look, we probably got over 21s here as well. Let's just have a look. Yeah, we got over 21s in here. Actually, we got like a big proportion of them are actually here as well. So I don't know. We got quite a few over here. I mean, this is coming together slowly. This just needs another 8 tons of bricks and 4.1 tons of boards. So it needs 0.47 boards here. We've now got wind turbine here. That means that this should now be active. Got some workers in here. Of course, another problem we're going to get is that when these run low on fuel, they're going to have to come all the way down to here. So we're going to need to make sure these are kept full, because I think it's going to be the crop consumption. I think it's going to be the demand for fuel that's going to go through our crops. We're down to 87 tons here, 47 tons here, 40 tons there. And although we do have, we've got 40 tons in there, which never ever seemed been used for a little while. But 46 tons there, 112 in here. One thing I have done is scale back the alcohol production, because we don't really need it. As say, the exports itself are that good. And just show you the imports now. We are literally, that's all we're importing at the moment is cement and bitumen. So once we become self-sufficient, technically what we can do is not bother with any exports, but of course we are required to produce exports and to feed the armies that come by. And down here we don't, so we're now getting a little bit of momentum with the gravel, but of course we are using really large amounts of gravel as well. When it actually says here that let's just spread through. We are chopping a lot of trees down as well, so let me just trying to revitalize the trees in this area as well. And while we're at it, we'll just go over and just put some trees in there. And of course we're going to get a double conflict here because we've got 2 wood cutting posts which technically overlap with each other, but at the same time this is always just producing the requirements. Okay, we've got electro components in here, which is this stopping this? Yeah, we're going to need to get those electro components out of there. How are we doing? Now I've got to find out who moves the electro components. Take a look. Got the import here. Yeah. You're importing steel from blacksmith. It's over 20%. I think what we might be in is a situation where we don't actually move the electro components and we just see. No, we don't have anything set up for electro components. You've got here. I think what we will do is already assigned. So what we picking up from the blacksmith? What we will do is you can pick up electro components. It's more than 50%, and that one's already assigned as well. I can't remember what this actually is. Actually, if we have got 4 tons of electro components in there. Okay. Got New Hope components. Unload. Take that off. Take that off. And you can go to 90%. Actually, I think just to nudge this forward a little bit, because we have got a bit of a surplus, so we'll just sell some of those. How are we doing for crops here as well? Yeah. We got don't have any unemployment. This is just needs a few more bricks and boards, and then that would be finished. And then we'll start to roll up some of this stuff here. I doubt very much whether we're going to get this farm finished, which is a little bit unfortunate, but that's the way it is. The profile here. 4 tractors, 3 combines. We just look at what we got over here. We've got 1, 2, 3. We're building one more, and I think what we're going to do is add on 1, 2, 3 of those just to get that going. I don't think this is making the progress I was hoping for. Let's check. Well, we've got steel and bricks here. It's just that it's taking a little while to deliver it. You're looking for mechanisms as well. I'm starting to think whether I need to build another construction office down here somewhere, and then fill it with cranes, so that what we can do then is that when we're actually building out buildings, we can actually put the cranes in there as well. So we're going to have as a whole series of very specialized offices. This needs cement and gravel. Now I'm not going to bring this online just at the moment, although what we could probably do is fill it. You could fill it with gravel. If this guy is, if we got the right, we might as well set you up while we're at it. Our job is to pick up gravel from there and go in there, unload gravel 90%, because you might as well be useful. Is probably the polite way of saying it. Right, we're just coming out of winter and the ground is changing. Just trim that little bit of road back there, and we'll see if we now we've got the green. See if we can get a field in there, and say another field over here like that. That could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fields, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 was a bit too much for this, but oops. Just hook you through to there, and you to there. Going to be I mean, it's possible that we might get this finished. We'll just have to see. What we've got here, passenger vehicles. Right, we've now got some slack here, and we'll just check the over 21s just to see if they. We've got that there. Because what we could do is just to alleviate some of the pressure here is we'll relocate some of our put about that many into there, and technically that completes all the accommodation I want to build here for the moment. Now, one thing I want to say is that as we move forward, there's going to be a certain amount of redevelopment in this area. So, for example, say these fields will come down as this slowly grows into a city. And of course, once we get collectivization, this farmland will disappear as well. Well, that's the idea anyway. Obviously, we need steel. These guys have got mechanisms. Anything that you're not assigned to, which we can kind of help the process along a little bit. Assign you to there. You're assigned to there. What we can do now is maybe get one of these underway. What have we got here? New Hope Road crew. Well, we'll probably need concrete for this, and steel, and of course we'll have to put workers on it as well. So we've got everything we need for this now. But we'll just get that there. Yeah, it needs concrete, gravel, and steel. Of course, the problem we're going to get now is that our steel is quite literally coming from up here. So we're not really going to be able to work. So the amount we can build using steel is going to start becoming quite restricted now, because obviously we've been cut off from our exterior supply of steel. But that could become an increasing issue as we go forward. In fact, what we'll probably need to do is, once we get through this initial phase, we may have to start targeting certain billets here. Looks like we've got a bit of a queue here, which is okay, but it's a possible cause for concern. Are you? Oh, you're the concrete guys. Yeah, I think we definitely need this online. Of course, once we get out here and we can start planning our town out here, we're going to create a Tudor town out here, which means, if I remember correctly, we won't need much steel. So we're going to create a kind of rural, so this is going to be a feature town centre going forward. These guys are catching up here. And actually, so it's just occurred. Actually, while we're just looking around, I just want to talk about one thing. That is that the new update is now in open public beta testing. So if you want to check out the new features in that update, including the new loyalty update, feel free to give it a go. One thing I am considering is doing a test with my Seven Crosses series, to just to try and gauge what the impact of that update will have on that series. But However, I'm not sure when I'm actually going to be doing that. So what are you waiting for? You're waiting for concrete. You've actually got concrete. It's probably the concrete guys who are queuing up from there, isn't it? You just need some... You need a mechanism. Or you probably need workers, don't you? Well, we got workers, we just need to get them here. Well, we're kind of filling in this area here. We've got a nice big supply of logs here. We got some bricks. We just really need this built. This needs mechanical components. You need 0.34 tons of pump. I think the part of the problem is that I think at the moment I've only got the one vehicle here that actually delivers mechanical components, because I think it's a... Where is it? This one guy here. Where are you? You're there. Where are you? Oh. Just want to check his pickup point. Mechanical components. It says... I think we might be a bit short of... You just check here. Again, this is the shortages that we're going to encounter. I think what we're going to do is... We hope components... Why are you delivering clothes there? Did I click that the wrong way round? We should be picking up that and that, shouldn't we? Then we need to find the blacksmith. Yep. Yeah, I think I messed that up a little bit. Actually, what we might get is increasingly... These guys don't have anything to do, don't they? I think we might be able to solve this problem. Because we've got the one truck coming back. I think what we will do is we'll put you on there. You can load electro components, mechanical components, and put you there. Electro components, make you 90%, and then what we'll do is we'll take you off of here to remove you so that you're not so overloaded. Let's remove you. Just make sure. What we will do is drop you down to say 20%. I think that will work in the long term. Right, is the farm? You're not. No, we're not gonna get this, are we? Or we might. We just need gravel. Workers here. You go into the farm. Okay, they're just gonna go straight past. Oh well, that's the way it goes. We're just gonna have to struggle through with what we've got here. Got 70 tons there. How are we doing here? We've got 27 tons. Well, I mean, we're in March. You've got 10 tons. Just want to check. Is anybody picking up from here that's picking up crops? You're selling food. What are you doing here? New crop fabrics. What we'll do is we'll just put you on to that. Because feeding stations, food store. Where are you? Okay. Huh. You're a long way from home, aren't you? Should we just change that back again? I think that was a bit of a mistake. You can unload to there. And then what we need is these guys. We can set you, because you're picking up from different silos. So we add you there. And then you can pick up from there. And then you can deliver to various bits and pieces that we need here. Yeah, I think that will make better sense. Right. Wow. I think we've got a case of overproduction here. I think what we'll do is we're just going to sell one of those. And then we're just going to cancel all current production for the moment. Because I don't think we need any vehicles. Actually, I think we're just going to let that sit for the moment. Because there's no point building vehicles unless we've got a use for them. I think at the moment... let me just see. We got 7.4 tons of gravel in there. This is being built. Right, guys, I'm just starting to run out of time on this video, so we're just going to have a little bit of a detailed look round and see how things are going. We still need to finish this. I think very much going forward, we're going to have to try and get some catch-up going. This is missing, yeah, our concrete there. Over here, we've got the gravel delivered. Our calcium plant here is getting there, but of course until we got this built, we can't do anything. This needs 40 tons of bricks and 5 tons of steel. Steel's going to be the issue. Isn't that a surprise? We need to build this. This just needs 1.4 tons of what we call it, gravel. I mean, we might be able to get a few of these fields underway. Up here, I think we're okay. Well, I mean, we're on the 2nd of April and things have been sown. Up here, right, we've now finished this. What I'd like to do is, I think we're going to, we're just going to go to 50 tons of boards, and then actually let me just knock this all back so that we can just knock this all the way back to here like that. So, not making boards, are we? What am I on about? And I certainly don't want 155 tons of bricks. So knock that back to say about 60 tons of bricks like that. And what we've got to do now is just change these to drill offices, because what I want them to do is pick up from here now. So you're going to pick up from here and you're going to load bricks. And actually this guy is delivering boards to here, so he doesn't, not boards, sorry, wood, sorry, to here. So we don't need him on this office here. Titus, yeah, going to, let me just come down here. We'll set you on to here. And you're going to pick up bricks. We don't need you on there. Because what you can do is you can produce the bricks, they can go into here. And I think we got this brick pickup here. So who's delivering the bricks to here? We need you delivering to there. Unload bricks. Keep that 90%. I want to check him. New Hope materials to. Let's just check. So at the moment we've actively got bricks here that are doing nothing. So where are you picking up from? So at the moment we've got a big pile of bricks here that nobody wants. Right, what we're going to do is put you back onto here. Building already assigned. So what are you? Just check. You're New Hope bricks. So let's find New Hope bricks. New Hope bricks unload. What we're going to do is put you to load. Because what we can do is just pick up that new vehicle type available. Okay. Let's just see what that is. It's bound to be US. Showing. Nope. Oh, we got a. Oh, wow. We actually got a. We have got a pre-Soviet sewing machine. That's actually 11. That's an. I don't know. I'm not too sure where that came from actually, because I thought I couldn't get one of these until quite later. Let's take a look at your 10 kilometers an hour. I'm sewing. So this is marginally faster and slightly faster with the sewing. That is pretty good actually. Let's have a quick look through just in case I've missed anything. Concrete, covered holes, dumper, excavator, trees, fire trucks, harvesting. So what we've got here is our first Soviet machine. How many of them have we got up here? How many tractors have we got in this area? Let me just see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think my standard equipment for this area is 4, isn't it? Let's check. Yep. Okay, just gonna pause the game. What we are going to do is send. I mean, it's gonna be a little bit late for the party, but you never know. We might get something done. Send you. You probably need about 3 of these. You picked up all the fields. It says sowing 83%. Is that? I'm a little bit confused here. Why we are sowing fields when we. Did we get some? I can't see how any workers would have got out here. Actually, I've just occurred to me. No, it's not been picked up by here. They're all picked up from here. Got absolutely no idea how fields can be sown by, because I can't see anybody working in these fields. That is a little bit of a mystery, but you never know. And we've got until May, so we possibly could get some sewing going on in here. Right, and I'm meant to be doing an outro for this video. I remind myself. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.